Hi Reddit. I don't even know how to begin this, but I need to vent. Something happened in my family that completely shattered the trust one had in my sister, and I'm still trying to make sense of it. For a bit of background, my sister and I were always pretty close. We weren't best friends or anything like that, but we talked often, helped each other out, and supported one another when things got hard. She's my older sister by 3 years, and she's always been the one to look after me. Growing up, we were raised in a modest household. Nothing fancy, but we had what we needed. Our parents instilled in us the values of honesty, hard work, and loyalty to family. Or at least, that's what I believed we all lived by. Fast forward to a few months ago. I had hit a rough patch financially. I'd lost my job during some company layoffs, and I was struggling to keep up with bills. I wasn't homeless or starving, but I was definitely stressed. I swallowed my pride and reached out to my sister for a small loan, just enough to get by until my new job kicked in. She said she was sorry but couldn't help. She claimed money was tight and that she and her husband were barely scraping by themselves. I didn't question it. I told her I understood and I'd figure things out. And I did, through odd jobs, freelance gigs, and cutting back on every luxury. But then something weird happened. About a month later, I went to her house to drop off something for our mom. She wasn't home, but her husband was. He invited me in to wait, and I noticed a new 70-inch TV mounted on the wall, along with other expensive upgrades. I asked about it, and he casually mentioned that my sister had gotten a little bonus and decided to treat herself. I didn't think too much about it in the moment. Maybe she got a raise or a tax return or something. But something about the way he said it stuck with me. A few weeks passed. I got my job situation back on track and was finally stable. But the feeling that something didn't add up wouldn't go away. So I did something I'm not necessarily proud of. I snooped. Now, I wasn't hacking into her bank account or anything extreme. But I did some digging on social media and noticed she had recently sold some items on Facebook Marketplace, like an old designer purse, a set of collectibles she used to be obsessed with, and a few other things. That wasn't unusual, but when I looked closer, I found something that stopped me in my tracks. She had posted a listing, only visible to a private group, which I happened to be in as well, offering to sell a rare piece of vintage jewelry that our grandmother had left for me. Let me explain that part. Before our grandmother passed away, she had divided her most valuable belongings between us. She told us verbally and in writing which items were meant for whom. I was supposed to receive a vintage sapphire necklace that had been in the family for generations. My sister was given a set of antique china and some other keepsakes. The necklace, according to my grandmother, was meant for me because I used to admire it every time I visited her. It held deep sentimental value. When she passed, my sister told me she couldn't find the necklace and assumed it had been lost in the move from Grandma's house. I was heartbroken but didn't question it. I mean, why would she lie? Well, she lied. I confronted her about the post. At first, she denied everything, saying it must be a mistake. But I had screenshots. I had proof that she listed it for sale, asking $10,000 for it. The worst part? The listing was marked as sold. That was the moment something inside me snapped. She didn't just sell something valuable. She sold something that was never hers to begin with. Something tied to our family. Something she knew meant something to me on an emotional level. I demanded an explanation. At first, she tried to gaslight me. She claimed Grandma must have meant to give it to her instead. That she just forgot. But I had the letter from Grandma, handwritten, clearly stating that the necklace was meant for me. When I brought that up, my sister finally broke down. She said they were drowning in debt. That her husband's business had failed and they had maxed out multiple credit cards. She said she didn't know what else to do and remembered the necklace was still in a box at her house. So she took it. Sold it. and kept the money secret because she knew I'd never forgive her. She was right. I asked her why she didn't just tell me. Why she didn't ask me for help. I could have figured something out. I could have talked to her, tried to help her come up with a plan, even sold something of my own. But she didn't trust me. Instead, she stole from me and then lied about it for almost a year. The betrayal stung more than the money. When I told our parents what happened, they were horrified. My mom cried. My dad was furious. He called it the ultimate disrespect to Grandma's memory, to me, and to the family as a whole. But here's where it gets messy. Now, my sister is begging for forgiveness. She says she'll pay me back, even if it takes years. She's offered to give me some of her other valuables in the meantime. But none of it feels right. The necklace is gone. She won't say who she sold it to, probably because she knows I'd try to get it back. And every time I look at her, I see someone who looked me in the eyes and lied to my face for months. I've gone low contact since. I didn't go to her birthday dinner. I don't answer her calls. I just don't know how to come back from this. A lot of people have told me I should forgive her. That family is family, and people make mistakes. But is stealing a $10,000 heirloom from your own sibling a mistake? Or is it something deeper than that? I'm still processing everything. And I don't know where to go from here. But writing this out helped. Thanks for reading.